Hey, big hello once again to everyone watching, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, and welcome to Amersham South, where we are not going to be starting today. However, actually, we have an S stock pulling in right over here, which still has its class, well, its 96 stock fleet number. That bit of a mistake, one that I will certainly have to correct. But no, yes, welcome back to Transport Fever 2, where in the last episode, we decided to, can barely remember what we did in the last episode actually, but I do know towards the trail end, we did create this sort of express bus route that ran between Christchurch, Leatherhead and Kidsgrove. I've, off-screen, noticed I had messed this up slightly, so I have edited it so that it doesn't have a horrendous double run, where I think what I had done was I set the bus station in Kidsgrove to be the first stop, and then I made, I think, this stop down here be the second stop. So then buses had to travel all the way from Kidsgrove down here, then straight back up to Kidsgrove. I have fixed that problem. Also, hello, DJ. First one, yes, that was a First Capital Connect 377. Is it still in the platform here? However, in this episode, what we are looking to do is probably upgrade our high-speed line, get some new vehicles in, because look at the state of our intercity fleet. That's actually abhorrent for 91001. The very first one in the fleet. We actually might keep these, however, I am thinking we will probably upgrade to Azuma units, class 800s, which I understand they're cracking trains and probably is a bit of a mistake, but it doesn't matter. Here's a first liveried 377 going past. On top of that, we still have this corner of the map that we have not connected up with anything, so I'm thinking eventually what we should probably do is maybe a line from Derham via St. Columba Major, Sheerness, connecting through Penistone up to Amersham, before then cutting across to Manningtree, which therefore, once we do that, you need to maintain it more. No, it's just pretty old. If we go over to our train tab, no, this is the tram tab, that's not what I wanted, to the main line. See, even our 387s, they're all in bad condition, so they all need replacing as well. But with the the high speeds, these are also in horrible conditions, and all these trains they're 37 years old, so sort of getting to the end of their life, or in TFL's mind, you know, just starting out. They don't need replacing yet. Looking at the Bakerloo line, 72 stock, where the new tube for London isn't being ordered for them yet, and TFL have decided, you know what, we can just run them into the ground some more. But yes, hello Crazy, have you seen the new City Bus Manager update? I have not played it yet, but I have seen it. I am certainly going to be playing it in the next couple of days, probably on Monday, I'd want to say. But with that being said, I do think it is a good idea to actually... What is the frequency? Okay, the frequency of the high speed is every 6 minutes. I don't think that's ideal for this high speed service. So what I will do is, firstly, go over to here and upgrade these with the class 800. I could go with 390s, Pendolinos, which do have a top speed of 140 miles per hour. Do have the track for that, compared with our Hitachi class 800s, which also have a top speed of 140. However, I think these trains can get up to 140 a bit faster than the Pendolinos can. But just for the sake, just for, you know, entertainment's sake, I think we will be replacing them with Pendolinos, not in Avanti livery, because I do actually want these trains to run. Could leave them in white, but I think I'll leave these in Virgin Trains livery. It's pretty good. I have heard, I have seen. It does make me a bit jealous. I was very tempted to play City Bus Manager. There we go. One of our new Pendolino units, the Tilton trains. You know, because after the World War, instead of deciding to build our network to a new, better standards for high-speed trains, we decided, nope, keep the Victorian stuff and run trains at 125 miles per hour down there. How are we going to do that? Just create trains that can bend around corners. You know, British intelligence at its finest. These are also slightly longer. Yeah, they don't fit in Amersham. I'm not 100% certain if they would fit in our terminus stations either at Somerton and the other place all the way down here. I've completely forgotten. Welland Garden City. I do actually have to see some of these come in because I think I will have to extend the platforms for these Pendolino units. You might be asking to yourself, why did I only upgrade 3 of them and not the final 4th one? That is because this unit is going to go in the special Pride livery. Because it's always good to have a Pride train, and in standard fashion, these are going to be renamed to 390-001. I don't... You know what? Yeah, okay, like that. This is 390-002. 390-003 and 390-004. And on top of this, what we will do is we will clone, get a couple more trains. So this will be 390-005, 390-006. A bit like when Virgin took over the West Coast Main Line, or the East Coast Main Line actually, I think. No, was it East Coast? No. Was it West Coast? I have completely forgotten. But it's like when they took it over after privatization, and then they were on a relentless campaign to actually advertise it and improve its usage. That's what we have done over here. So we need a frequency increase, get more trains. You need to renumber the high-speed trains. I have done that. I love going straight from Adlington to Welland Garden City. It's so realistic. See, as I said, I should literally just be on like Network Rail's board of directors in like train planning and route planning. It's a bit like having cross-country between Penzance and Edinburgh or Aberdeen. Can't actually remember now, but yeah. I have also decided I think I'm going to remove this level crossing here just so that I can extend these platforms even more. It's going to be like the Thameslink upgrades programs, where they had to extend all the platforms in the Thameslink core and on the Thameslink network for the new Thameslink trains, because they were so long, even though they were 12 cars, they didn't fit on the network. And on some platforms, they still don't fit, so it's selective door opening for you. Okay, I'm in tracks. I want to go over to platforms. Not canopies. Be ideal if I was actually in the platform tab, I suppose. Maybe not go with Network Southeast era stuff. I kind of want to go with something a bit more modern, but is also still at the same like height. That apparently doesn't fit over there. I don't want a narrow... Not narrow platforms. These have waiting rooms. These are also a bit too low for these platforms over here. What about just a standard platform trim? Nope. Okay, I guess I do have to continue with the NSE era stuff, or just go with the Dutch Railways platform arrangement, as if, you know, this service was being ran by Abellio. On top of that, it does look like I'm going to have to demolish this road. Unfortunately, completely realign it. Go over to the town streets, and then get a new alignment over here. Usually I'd make like the town themselves connect up to the new road, since I don't want to like bulldoze all the buildings and pay for that, but like we have 2 billion in the bank, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, train too short. I mean too long. Yeah, train way too long. So, hello, Rajon. How's a Leatherhead Metro doing? That is a good question, and I will come to that in a bit. I think I did some things with the Metro service in Leatherhead. I can't remember what I did after the end of the previous episodes. Nope, those are completely different heights. I mean, you're going to have like a little hop up. It's not exactly accessible, this platform, so remove that, go back to the Dutch platforms. It's not realistic, but I kind of want to, like, in real life, this is what they do whenever they extend platforms. It's so painfully obvious because it's in different color. It's all like just metallic. It's like a flat pack station design is what they use for just any new station nowadays, and it's very obvious whenever they extend platforms. So it just doesn't fit in with the rest of the buildings. Connect those up. And I think this Pendolino should fit in now. I mean, it's still like overhanging slightly, but we have one right behind. Just to test this out. And perfect. In fact, it's actually a bit too long, so we can extend it even further, I think, by probably one extra carriage, maybe two. See all the Pride trains going. I also realised probably didn't need an entire fleet of three Pride trains, but we're here now. So what stock are you using on the Leatherhead Metro? If I remember correctly, it is... Where is it? I should be able to tell just by the fleet number. No, train 14. I have no idea what this is. This is... Oh yes, I'm using the 1973 stock. Perfect for a Metro application. Because look at that, it immediately bolts off up to 45 miles per hour. And this tube line, which is what we're going to call it, is actually really used. 53 people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and forgot it also has a pacer attached to it. Okay, we're not exactly going for pure realism here. So for the Leatherhead pacer line, which we've connected, is the Metro service from Leatherhead, goes from the industrial estate over here via the station down to Chorleywood, because we're going to be turning Chorleywood into a suburb of Leatherhead. I mean, they're, you know, literally right next door to each other. Look how close they are. They might as well be. So the Leatherhead pacer line, which will probably be just shortened to the pacer line, I will go manage the vehicles here, and I will rename to the 73001, 73002, 73003, and 73004. There you go. Hello, Valentino. 73's and pacer. Yes, that is what it was. I'm doing well. How are you? I could also run like a bus service between these two places, but I don't really want to compete with my Metro because the Metro is expensive, and if we look over at the tab, it's not exactly making money. But it's okay, we're subsidizing this, just entirely because it's such a meme. Yeah. We're over here at Leatherhead X-Chat. I also don't know why I'm continuously moving over to the left. On top of that, I feel like what we shall do now is probably that Durham, St. Columba Major, Sheerness, Penistone line. Or I could create a little branch line that goes from Durham to Davies, Sawbridge, Worth, Bottlesford, via St. Albans up to Kidsgrove. And then Chorleywood. I feel like that is probably what I'd want to do. So I will probably get around to actually doing that. Since I don't think this is going to be like a major route, this will be just like a more a branch line. With the main line going from Sawbridge, Worth, Davies down St. Columba Major, probably via Welland Garden, well, terminating at Welland Garden City, with another branch coming off at Sheerness, which is where the Penistone line might extend to. I haven't actually completely decided yet, if I'm being honest. This will be a single branch line terminus platform, right in the town centre, with no catenary. It will be diesel operated. Another diesel only route. We'll get a station in Davies. Devis. I've literally never heard of that place. I don't actually think that's a place that exists in the UK, because that does not sound like a UK name. But apparently, according to the game, it is. So, what do I actually know? I do sort of want to keep this, because I do want the line to go down to St. Columba Major, so I'm thinking about future extensions on where to place the station so that it's not too awkward in the future. I'm thinking over there, get 2 platforms. Maybe not go with green trim, go with blue. Get some old station buildings, get some modern stuff as well. 2 tracks. At 240 meters over here in Sawbridgeworth. This will be plugged in over here. And this line will probably be electrified between these 2 sections, because again, main line. You'll be back in about 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, see you then. UK, did that say UK style? UK style station. You know what? Would be worthwhile doing that, I suppose. Using this. Use this over here. Platform length. 320 meters. Get the platform, the station, sorry, even. Right over here. At Bottlesford. And then, it is a good question whether or not I want to plug this into the main line at St. Albans. Looking good, thanks. Since I did leave like a spare platforms, you'd think that these are abandoned, but no, I just built this with way too many platforms and then, well, can't admit defeat. But if I plug them into here, it will involve having to build a bridge over the main line to connect up here before turning off to go over to Kidsgrove. But I suppose that wouldn't be too much of an issue. So that is probably what I will get doing. And then Kidsgrove, terminate at Chorleywood. I think the station for Kidsgrove I will probably put around here. And since this is going to be like a branch line, I'm not going to be using a completely fancy modern building. It's not going to be at full size. We'll use the 125 mile per hour track. Go from Durham. This is not going to be the high-speed track. From Durham, continuous up over there. This line will mostly be just throttled, not by tight corners or anything, just by the stock we're going to use. This is going to be where some of the oldest paces in our network are going to retire onto. Because that original branch line that we created in the first episode, its stock is really starting to age, so it would be ideal to actually replace that with alternate diesels. Although in saying that, I don't actually have a mod for any modern day UK diesels. Like I can't put class 195s or anything like that on the line, so it might have to do with existing tube stock stuff. But you know, we are just acting as if we are in current times in terms of the treasury. We're in the year of 2042. So you would hope the treasury could actually finance some more modern rolling stock, but maybe we're asking for a bit too much. Connecting up Sawbridgeworth. And then bridging over the river over here. Not going with the most expensive bridge option, because after all, this is only a branch line. Something that probably doesn't look as horrendous as that. I'd say, you know what? Would be ideal going with something like that. Bridge underneath that lumber, sawmill even. I was going to say lumber mill, but nope, that's definitely not what that is. Will you add any buses? Yes, I will. To the towns I'm connecting up to, I will create some shuttle services. That is the norm for what I do, to get people from the town centre to the stations, and also to from their homes to the stations. So this will curve around to here, so that we can go in a straight line. It would be ideal if I continued it at like a diagonal angle coming around here, but I feel like there's like a large mess of track in this area already, and I kind of need to go over this line, so it will be ideal to go over here where it's in a tunnel section. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna connect this up like this, and this will connect up to this main line over here, just to utilize those tracks, because I don't think it's going to be the most frequent routes imaginable. Get it to come over here into these new platforms, because from here it will then curve around. That's a pretty sharp corner, but it's fine. The trains can manage that. Hello, Deutsch. Oh, that corner's a bit too sharp. I actually want it to be less sharp than that, so that it can go around to Kids Grove. Now we do have the problem of, I mean, I don't really know what the town has done over here to build the road like this. That's kind of disgusting. Kind of want to delete all that and tell the town to actually do better. But get the corner like that. Yep, so it will run basically alongside the main road out of here to Kids Grove. Connect this back up like that. Connects it, maybe not quite like that, but like this. Now there's like a giant triangle we're building over here. Yeah, you know what? Just build a triangle. That's aesthetically pleasing. Need to go. Bye. Hopefully I'm back before you leave. Okay, well I'll see you. Yeah, so continue the track over like this, running alongside the roads, just so that you can see all the peasants who decide to drive instead of taking the train between these two towns. These two actually cities. Well, Kids Grove is pretty much a town. It's not really that big. There is heavy traffic flow between these two places, so we do need this train line. And then between here up to Chorley Woods, connecting it in such a way so that I don't have to completely rebuild everything, hopefully. Okay, then I'm not able to get it around, so I'm going to have to delete the signals here. Get this to go around like this. I mean, that's not really creating the most aesthetically pleasing thing, but that will do, I suppose. Ideally, without creating a bridge. Get that to go around like that. Get it to go across. And then from here, it will just run over here and then go on top of this existing railway line, which is our high-speed service. So far, Kids Grove hasn't grown to the size where it justifies having to stop on the high-speed network, but once it hits around maybe, I'd say probably about 1,000 people, 1,000 population, that would be probably a good spot. Although in saying that, you do have, there are quite a few people who do use, who actually do want to go to Welland Garden City, so a stop here would be useful, but with that being said, they can just take the train down to Amersham, and then take the Amersham and City line. But, yep. This is also a massive, just, cluster of tracks and roads that we've built. Make sure everything is all double tracked, which it's not, and then signal all this up. Once we're done double tracking it, I think both ends do have crossover points, but I'll check the other end when I get there. From here, put some signals over here. Put some signals over like that, and then some for the platforms when leaving, and then I think that should have signaled everything here. And then if I do like this, that signals everything on this side. Fantastic. Get all the signal spacing. The auto signal mod does actually work, as it turns out. This does need to be signaled because it's on the main line already, but I might increase double the spacing of signals. Actually, not increase, halve the signal between the spacing between signals. This isn't double tracked. I forgot to double track it. This is also an invisible bridge. Gonna remove that. Actually, build something worthwhile. Build a viaduct. Probably not like that because it has a low speed limit. Granted, we're not exactly going to be using the fastest of trains along this route, but I don't feel like limiting them to 75 miles per hour. I'm pretty certain the diesels we are going to use alongside here can go a bit faster than that. Bring the track around like that. Realize I have plugged it in onto the wrong side. That happens occasionally. Get it going around like this. And I think the rest of it should all be double tracked. But from here, get the auto signaler mod on. Get that going. From down here as well. Get some signals. Signals. All the way down to Davies. Not really Davies. I'm thinking of like American city names. One over here, then get one from here. Then build up the bus connections. These will play an important part. Actually connect the stations up to the road networks in the towns we are serving as well. Make sure everywhere is connected, because I had a problem with that before where I forgot to connect some stations and those stations were just never properly used. So add in the bus stops. We'll use some, not Midland Reds, Southampton stops. I mean, we're nowhere near Southampton. I'm pretty certain Bottlesford is in the north. Not in the Midlands either. Do we want to use Greater Manchester Passenger Transport Executive? I don't know. I think this isn't UK. This isn't Midland Reds. I think this is also Manchester bus stop. So I'll probably use these for Bottlesfords. Which I shall create a little town circular. And then for Sawbridge Worth, I'd probably do the same. You'll come down to here, around here. Serve the town centre. Davies. Will probably be something similar. Bit more of a circular because it's a bit bigger of a town. I think the station serves the entirety of this town, so I don't need to create a shuttle bus service for there. Build some bus garages in here, in Sawbridgeworth, and in Bottlesford. Out of the way of the town, just so that they can expand and grow. Create a new bus routes. Over here, this will be the Bottlesford station loop. And on here we can put some MMCs. Could put the first airport flyer ones, but that doesn't make any sense. Humber Fastcat livery, Moorbus, or the McGill's livery. I feel like we'll probably put McGill's or EMS actually. Put some EMS liveried MMCs onto here, onto the station loop. And then over for Sawbridge Worth, we shall get longer vehicles. Probably not Stagecoach, not... maybe National Express West Midlands with the crimson red livery. Get actually one of the grey ones. Create a new route, which will be the Sawbridge Worth. You know what? This shall be the... Just name this like the 9, which will be Sawbridge Worth Station. Then over here, create this as like the D1. Give it some what's it, prefix? Maybe not go Sky class stuff. This is a larger town, I'd say. 200. It's one of the larger ones on that we're actually serving here, so I think it does justify having double deckers. Not Explore Dundee. Could go with National Express West Midlands again. I'm not certain on that though. Maybe go with the Demonstrator, or just go with the Arriva. The Arriva. That's not Interurban. That's I forgot the name of this livery, but yeah, the one that they just spam everywhere pretty much now. With the oops, after 5 it should actually come around here, and then this will be the D2 Davies Station. There we go. And then these are our first buses. It's on the 2. The Arriva bus, the poor souls living in this town, considering, you know, Arriva just kind of have sort of given up with their bus operations. They're actually still currently on sale if anyone would fancy paying, I don't know, a couple $100 million for them. Also, sort of looks like it's stuttering up here, saying the 2 Davy Station. Whoops. However, with that being said, can also actually get the trains. Where is... there is a depot. Don't need to build a new one. Do need something that's diesel powered. Could go with class 170, 168, 158. It is the case of I might just stick with some Pacers. Go with a 142 Pacer. Get a 6 carriage Pacer. Or we can go absolutely insane and get like a, what's this, a 10 car Pacer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, that's a 14 car Pacer. Oh man, the poor souls who would have to ride in this. They wouldn't be able to walk afterwards. But that being said, I might actually get a class 166 in First Capital Connect, First Great Western. Or do you want to get it in a special AMD livery? EMR, Greater Anglia, Great Northern, the Heathrow Connect. That's a bit random. Cross Country. I feel like we haven't had a cross-country liveried train, so I might go with the cross-country livery. Hello again, DJ. Cross-country... Greater Anglia? I haven't done Greater Anglia either, so I probably will get like 4 of these. Get it on this new route between Chorley Woods, go up to Kidsgrove, via St Albans City, comes down to Bottlesford, Sawbridge Worth, Dave is, yep, definitely pronounced that alright, via Derham, and go up in the right direction, make sure the signals are... Yep, the signals are in the correct direction for that. Sawbridgeworth, Bottlesford. Oh, it's throwing a bit of a hissy fit. Now, why is that? Do we think? Where is it not connected? Because it is saying it cannot connect up to Bottlesford Station. Nope, apparently it's done having a hissy fit. Okay, St Albans City, then via Kidsgrove, back up to Chorleywood. This is a pretty lengthy route. 4 trains might not be enough for it. Also have a stock leaving. What's the frequency? This is 6-minute frequency with 4 trains. I'm going to double that, so it's a 3-minute frequency with 8 trains. These are 166s, so 166001. And then I shall copy and paste that, so that's 2. Then we get 3, 16604, 05, 06, 07, and then 08. And then also coming over, because I have just remembered, the trains on this shuttle branch are ancient and dilapidated. What's happened while you was gone? Oh yes, I completely forgot you left. Welcome back. So what has happened is I've created a new branch line sort of thing between Kidsgrove, St Albans City, all the way down along the east coast of the map. It's not really a coast, but you know, the east void, I guess, down to Durham. Which will be the Durham branch. It runs with 8 trains, which is a bit excessive, but that's okay. It's running with Greater Anglia Class 166s, which is slightly cursed to witness, considering Greater Anglia never ran 166s, and certainly never ran up to Oxford's, of all places. But here we are. I mean, it is nice... Oh, I was going to say, it is nice that they had refurbished the interior of these, but nope, still in Network Southeast livery. At least Network Southeast maquette. But they do have a USB port. Well, plugs, I guess. We're over here at Kidsgrove. Does beg the question whether or not people will use this. It is slightly on the edge of town at Kidsgrove, but it does connect up 2 pretty important places, Chorleywood and St Albans City. There are quite a lot of people who do want to go via Kidsgrove, actually, at St Albans City. 005 is complaining about low loading speed because it's slightly overhanging. Whoops. It's like the cab door is slightly off the platform, so the driver is throwing a hissy fit. This main line, the trains are slightly old, so I feel like it's now time to replace them once again. Something electric. Go with... What would be a good unit to replace them? 450s? Should go with 350s in Silverlink livery. Where is ScotRail? Could go with ScotRail unit. TransPennine Express. You know what? Might go with ScotRail. What are these? Are these... I think these are 8 carriages, so 8 carriages here should be fine. So I will replace all of these, and then all their names have to also be... Or sorry, not names, their fleet codes even. We haven't exactly, like, put name plaques on our trains. There we go. Upgraded our fleet to 350s. In ScotRail livery, which doesn't make any sense considering we don't really run to any places that are in Scotland. Okay, this is really annoying. Hopefully no one accidentally falls to their death from this door over here. Surprised these don't have selective door opening. But there we are. We're getting the little 166 diesel units to pull in front of the electric train, which has a higher top speed. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. This is also taking its sweet-ass time to get up to 100, well, to 90, sorry, actually, is its top speed. I wish it could get up to 100. Then we have our high-speed units, which, if I manage this line, I shall also, sorry, manage vehicles. I'm also going to increase the maintenance. I want it to be very high, because I want to keep these trains in tip-top pristine condition. Look over here. You can see the ScotRail unit in all its glory, running through the countryside. There is also a Pendolino using the flyover, which you can actually see through. Don't worry, it's structurally sound, I promise. I am glad that with the Pendolinos, I'm taking out people's knees. With the Pendolinos, their terminus stations, they actually fit in them. They haven't like created a massive bottleneck where they're just like, you know, pretty much kissing each other. It does also remind me, or make me kind of want to create a metro service for Amersham as well. Expand the Amersham and City line. Although it is, to be fair, it is good in what it does, which is shuttling people from Amersham North to Amersham South. But I do also want to create a complete loop that does... in saying that, actually, it would be really hard to create a loop, but you know what, I'm up for the challenge. You need to renumber the mainline units. Oh yes, I do, you are right. So the mainline units are currently 387s, apparently, which is not correct, and there's also still some 321s in our fleet. Again, not correct. So this is 350,001. Sorry, 350,001, not 35,001. That's 350,002, 350,003, 350,004, and then up here 350,005, and 350,007, because apparently 350,006 we don't talk about. Can I put new vehicles on the Met? I can. You know what I can do is I can replace the A stock with S stock units. Since we have unlocked those, and I do feel like it is time to actually use them. The S8 stock, which is what runs on the Metropolitan line currently. They are waiting for a free path, though, down... Aha, right, okay, see. Now, this is a bit of an issue. Why? I don't understand what has happened here. Okay, get that going, because I think I messed something up here. But that is fine. There you go, some diesel 166s coming out onto the new line, which is pretty busy. But the Met gets brand new S-stock trains, and also I actually forgot, why are the S-stock classified as a diesel unit? All the underground units in this, well, the mod pack that I have, all of them are classified as diesels, even the 96 stock. I don't quite understand it, but, you know, I'm not really in a position to really question, I guess. This is A07. I do have to go through and actually S001, S8001 actually. There we go. S8002, S8003, S8004. Herein as the S stock is slowly departing away from here. Bound for Leatherhead. But that does remind me, we did also create the this branch line with Adelante Class 180s. I don't know why I decided to do that, but we're here now. The Portishead Harbour route, which is extremely busy. 200 people waiting over here for the ferry to go into Portishead, which is sort of funny. This branch line, however, is still running NSC branded 158s and pacer units. So I feel like it is time to actually upgrade this line, which is currently running at a 5-minute frequency. It is also single track for some section of it, so we have the money. It is making money as well. What I shall do is go on through and double track some of the line. So the line will now be fully double tracked between Portishead and Cirencester. Those connected? Those are connected. Get this going over here. Disconnect this over here because I do actually want it to be all double tracked. It might be worthwhile actually replacing this bridge so that it has its own bridge. But the game doesn't allow you to do that for separate sides. They are over 50 years old. Yeah, I know. As I said, when I first made this branch route, this was the place where I wanted the units to basically go and die. If you end up getting relegated down to this branch route, you're basically going to be living here until you clonk out and break down. And there is no escaping that. But I have decided, change of heart, now it is worthwhile actually upgrading these units and maybe putting them somewhere else on to work another branch line. Create like a heritage actual route. I'm not sure actually where that would be, but that is always a fun challenge to create a heritage railway in this game. Maybe create like a railway between Manningtree and Amersham, which is a heritage one that uses these dilapidated old Pacer 158 unit combinations, these old sprinters. I will probably save. Oh, we don't actually have 142001. That's so sad, because that would have been the unit that we actually saved. So instead, we are going to save probably 00002 is the second best thing. This is all now like double tracked. Get all the signal in place. Has that worked? I think that has. I'm not actually 100% certain. Just in case, I'm going to manually signal all this, because I don't think it's actually auto-signaled for me, unfortunately. Okay, that's signaled on that side. Then down here, get it all signaled on the opposite side. There we go. So it's double tracked. Apart from this station over here at Christchurch. Christchurch does have a decent population, and you would have thought that we would put in a second platform. But you know what? Budgets are tight. We're deciding not to do that. In terms of the depot, however, what I shall do is... What is this? 150 for 0013. I'm not 100% certain if I want to save that unit, if I'm being honest. I would need to wait until this unit comes back down to Cirencester before I send it to the depot. However, in terms of the other units, whilst we're here, we can replace them with some maybe Class 171 Turbo Stars. Or what would some other diesel trains be? We could replace them with 220 Meridians. Now this would be a massive upgrade. Get them in EMR livery, in 5-car units, since this does seem to be pretty busy branch line. This is, as I said, a massive upgrade, honestly. So replace 3 of those, and then replace... Actually, wait until this gets back around down to Cirencester, and then once it gets there, send it to the depot and replace it with a Pride liveried unit. But in terms of that, we have our 220 EMR liveried units with, I'm gonna guess, ex-Virgin interior. Actually, that looks like ex-cross country, so close enough. But yes. Oh, they just about fit in the platforms. Look at that, loading speed 0.99%. It's literally like the connectors are the only things that do not fit on the platforms. Absolutely unfortunate, but this does give a speed boost to this line as well. The top speed of these units are now 125 miles per hour instead of 75 on the previous Pacer units. How are the cross-city buses doing? That is a good question. We shall get around to that in a bit. I shall be waiting. Okay, so this unit has decided to wait up here instead of down here. So get that over there. There we go, and then I think a signal over here as well. This does now seem to be a bit of a bottleneck. I want to wait for this to actually get down to Cirencester, because once it gets around to here, if it goes into this platform, what is that? Platform 5? No, platform 4. Platform 4, it can then connect up to the depot. But that's looking a bit unlikely. In terms of the cross-country, the cross-city bus routes that I made, our Fastway... Well, firstly, our Tesco Link service was really, really popular. However, it's currently sat in gridlock traffic in Welland Garden City? Hang on a minute. I don't remember this. Huh. Okay, well, anyway, currently sat in traffic, so it would probably be worthwhile actually upgrading the roads in this town to have bus lanes and to be wider. So that is what I shall do. Whilst also here, deciding to create probably a... I don't want to say tram route, because I don't have any UK tram mods installed, sadly. But maybe something along those lines. What I do want to do, though, is create a few new bus routes across the city, since this has expanded. So get some that go, you know, into the suburbs. The new industrial zone that's been built over here. So I'll probably create a route that comes from here through this new area. Oh, this is going to be a real big bottleneck, this area. Add in a new bus stop, a Travel West Midlands, National Express West Midlands stop down here, get a stop over here, get some stops for the station, continuing on through here, and then it shall come down here before terminating around here. Then our current bus routes sort of does like a loop around, but we can extend it down to this new housing estate down here. Now there are some other places that aren't properly served in our network, so we're going to create a bus route that goes through here, and goes down through here, through this new industrial zone, or terminating up here, just to give some cross bus routes coverage. Create this over here. Not that side, I want on this side. Around here, and then it will terminate here before coming back around. Oops, not on that side. Richmond Road, Highfield Road, the Avenue, then Queensway before going back down to Springfield Road. And then another route, which will go from here through here, this industrial estate, till here. Coming back down on itself. Grove Road, there we go. And then our Tesco link, which we decided to create. Extend it from the drive to then go down to West Street, through here, London Road, back up there, go via the Drive, before going back down to North Street. There we go. And these new routes require new vehicles, so I'll probably create some new route masters or MMCs, maybe actually some street decks. I think I'll go with street decks, some diamond ones. For City Bus Manager, can you make CT Plus livery, please? I probably will do that, actually, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Please comment that on my next City Bus Manager stream, because I might end up forgetting. Also, EMR stands for East Midlands Railway. That's the livery chosen. Go Goodwin stuff. First Worcester, first Leicester, first Aberdeen Hydrogens. Probably go for those. Whoops, not 3DS. Go for on number 5, which we'll rename to the probably like 205. This will be the 205. This will be the 206. Oops. With this being the Tesco link, which is no longer really a Tesco link, so probably change that to the 204. So you have the 205, the 206, and the 204. Buy some vehicles for the 206. Probably go with MMCs, because I can't imagine that this is going to be explicitly busy. Single deck London MMCs, maybe. Just go for some dual door ones onto the 206. 3 of them. There you go. Watch as they come out of the bus depot. Okay, that's not quite the livery I wanted. So that's a mistake. I did download some London liveried MMCs, but I can't seem to find them, which is unfortunate. I mean, I could go with Citaro C2s. You know what, I'll do that, and I'll replace them with more bus liveried. NRMs, maybe on the next route we do. But yes, just reminded me to check. There we go. More bus Citaro C2, which they don't operate in real life. But these first Aberdeen hydrogen street decks do exist, as do the Metro Line ones in London on the 7, which I haven't been on yet, but they do sound interesting. I've decided that like hydrogen vehicles aren't really a priority for me to actually go see. Go disable all the traffic lights, because those just create unnecessary levels of traffic. Which is ironic, because you'd think that traffic lights wouldn't do that, but hey ho. You can hear the announcement playing in the background for the Thameslink service to Bedford. No, not actually. No, not from here. From Welwyn Garden City, you can't go to St Albans City, which is a bit of a. It's not accurate, because in real life you can go. Actually, you can't go from Welwyn Garden City to St Albans City, so that is accurate. You can if you change at St Pancras, but you can't go direct. But yes, here we go. So get all the buses unclogged with their own dedicated bus lane, which will be ideal, since I did notice that they were clogged up. Now, that should have been enough time if we go over to Cirencester, so that the little Pacer unit... Where is the Pacer unit? Oh, the Pacer unit has already turned back around. You know what I'm going to do? Because I don't want this to be forever stuck on this line. This will go into the depot I'm going to construct over here. This is where it's going to be stored until I create that Heritage Railway, where it can go. Get this off the main line, because it will slow down all my other trains. And then get 2 more units of the Meridians. Replace this one with a Pride liveried one, just because I like the variation. I could actually get a high-speed HST as well. That would be actually sort of funny. You know what, getting like a short-formed one. Where were the Meridian units? There they are. Get the Pride liveried one. Replace that with that, and then get... so this is 220,004, I'd want to say. This will be 220,003. 220,005. 220,001,0013. And then this shall be 43,001. Because this unit, I am going to use a HST, a short-formed set. So I'll go to the locomotives, the diesel parts, go over to the Class 43 HST power cars, go down for the EMR branded ones. I'll go with EMR X Virgin Trains liveried one. Go over there, go over to the passenger cars, go to the Intercity Swallow liveried stuff, no. The BR MK3 coaches. Go with EMR Purple, just to make this be an absolute cluster of just random liveried stuff. 3 coaches, maybe 4. These have 200 capacity, yeah, so 4. Then go back to the diesel parts, get a class 43, not 37, not 47, 43 power units. I could also get a First Great Western Barbie HST, EMR X, when Stagecoach ran them. Sorry, EMT, East Midland Trains, not East Midland Railways. And then the units behind. There we go. This is just going to be an absolute mashup of random operator liveries. Just give the game a little while to load up that mess. I wouldn't be surprised if it crashes here, because that is abhorrent. Here we go. Our EMR HST sets. With an X Virgin Trains livery on the rear, which hasn't loaded in. There it is. X EMT, X Virgin Trains. Yet this is an EMR service. Does it make sense? No. Do I care? Also no. But there we go. So this is sort of changed from a branch line into more of a main line. That being said, it's a 4-minute frequency, so maybe get one more HST unit going just to get the frequency up to every 3 minutes. This route might not justify it. I'm not certain yet. We will have to wait and see. But coming over here, our Tesco bus, the little dart we have, is doing very well for itself. If you look over here, look at the sea of people waiting for it. Literally just go down to the Tesco. Actually, to be fair, they're mostly using this to go down to the port. This is all that they're going to. So it could justify with a frequency uplift to have 2 vehicles, and also replacing the old Dart with a MMC, or should we go with an Eclipse Urban 2? This does have a lower capacity than... Actually, no, it has a higher capacity than the Dart. I probably will go with EMS. There we go. So we have 1 Dart and then 1 Eclipse 2 in EMS livery. Picking up at the Tesco, picked up 3 people. This Tesco is still here. They're paying for this route. This is a route I wouldn't finance out of my own pockets. Actually, in saying that, to be fair, it is really, really busy. All things being said. Oh, and it says here, road vehicle 80. Nope, going to change that to, I don't actually know what EMR's livery, not liveries, its fleet numbering system is. You know what, this is going to be 801, there we go. That's what this is. 801, and the Dart can be, like, I'd probably probably say 201, something like that. We do have the right bendy links, the streetcars, as they were called on the key link. This route doesn't really justify its existence at the moment. It's hemorrhaging money. So I might replace all the vehicles on here with Citaro C2s. Go with the Big Lemon, some EV powered stuff, which costs a lot less and is also it's $1. I wish it was possible to buy a bus for $1. Get some Headnam C2s. I think actually I'll go with Headnam instead of the Big Lemon. There we go. On the key link, which you would have thought would have been a bit busier, but it is what it is. Although, with that being said, it is actually pretty busy because there are a lot of people waiting here. It's not really making money. Which is, you know, like a big part of running a company is actually making some money. It might be like advisable to try run some shorts in the city centre between like the main road and, you know, the actual port, the harbour. Porter said harbour. Actually, Porter said harbour station harbour is probably what the name of this would be. Station harbour. Oh, there we go. It's almost like Battersea Power Station. Look at this Atlanta unit go. But, however, with that being said, oh, this service over here is horrendously busy. It would also be probably advisable to run. Yeah, okay, Somerton does need its own metro service now because it's grown to the size where it desperately needs it. So have a service that cuts across here, I feel like would be advisable. Maybe one also alongside the axis over here, maybe. The Station Express service is incredibly busy. The town's incredibly busy. There's plenty of traffic, which is unfortunate. However, with that being said, I feel like this would be a good spot to leave this. So I do thank everyone for getting this far. If you have gotten this far and if you enjoyed the video, please do be sure to give it a like because it means a lot. If you're new here, you can always subscribe for more. Make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on because I stream Transport Fever 2 at least once every single week. I also stream Opsy 2 content, some City Bus Manager content, which will be my next stream, some also City Skylines content. In the future, I'm planning on doing OpenTTD content. I think that will be the next game I shall do. Some NIMBY Rails, I think, is the name of the game. Yes, some of that content. However, with that being